Good morning to all my dear students. We are dealing with application of biotechnology. In our last class, we have completed the biotechnology application in medicine, and I told you about the pest resistant plants, which involve the introduction of Bt genes and RNA interference method. Now, in our today's class, we are going to learn about the application of biotech in the field of medicines. Now, DNA technology is basically used for mass production of safe and very effective therapeutic drugs. These drugs do not produce any unwanted immunological responses which are normally produced by other similar products which are obtained from non-living resources. Now, till today 30 recombinant therapeutic drugs have been approved for human use worldwide, and in India out of those 30, 12 are being marketed. Now, you can see here in the slide that the biotechnology is used for diagnosis and treatment of different diseases. Then it is also used to protect from the different diseases. Then there is a method which is called gene therapy. By that method, new and healthy genes are incorporated to replace the damaged cells. We are going to learn about the gene therapy in detail as we will progress in the chapter. Then the last important work that the biotechnology does is the action of drugs, to study the action of drugs by studying the genomes or genetics of the individual. So, these are all the application of biotechnology in the field of medicine. Now, let us learn about the genetically engineered insulin. You very well know that insulin is basically taken by the people who suffer from diabetes, and insulin is a hormone which is basically synthesized by pancreas in human beings. But all those who are having the problem of diabetes, the insulin produced by their pancreas is not enough to control the increased sugar level. So, they need to take the extra insulin in the form of tablets or injections. So, initially this insulin was obtained from the slaughtered cattle and pigs, and their pancreas was used to extract out the insulin, but this animal insulin was causing lot of allergy and some reactions which were causing damage to the human beings. So, genetically engineered insulin was produced by using a bacteria into which the genetic engineering experiments were done. They studied the structure of human insulin, which is made up of polypeptides, 3 polypeptides A, B and C, and these polypeptides were then cultured in the bacteria, and then the human insulin was manufactured by genetic engineering experiments. So, let us learn in detail about genetically engineered insulin. So, the first time the genetic engineering insulin was created by an American company named Eli Lilly in 1983, and that insulin was known as Humulin. By now, so many companies are involved in this work, but the first task was completed by the American company Eli Lilly. Now, already I have discussed that what is the role of insulin hormone and how it is produced. Now, the human insulin is basically having the two short polypeptide chain, that is A and B, and these short polypeptide chains are joined by disulfide bridges. This insulin is synthesized by pancreas and it is produced in the cells of pancreas in mammals, and when it is produced it is in the form of prohormone, and this prohormone is having an additional peptide chain which is the C peptide. So, the proinsulin is having the 3 chains, that is A peptide, B peptide and C peptide, and when the insulin is getting matured, then the C peptide is automatically removed. So, by using the recombinant DNA technology, the polypeptide sequences of A polypeptide and B polypeptide were taken out and they were cultured in different plasmids of E. coli, and A and B chains were separately produced, and then these A and B chains were then finally joined by disulfide bond. So, you can see here in the figure the proinsulin is having the 3 polypeptide chains, A polypeptide, B polypeptide and C polypeptide, and you can clearly see the 2 chains which are green and blue are the A and the B, and the grey color is the C polypeptide chain. When this proinsulin is getting mature, then the C polypeptide chain is automatically getting removed and A and B polypeptide chains are joined together by the disulfide bonds. Okay. Now, the A and B polypeptide chains were separated and through the vector they were incorporated in the E. coli cells. These chains were then produced, or these polypeptides were produced artificially in the different culture mediums, and they were joined by the disulfide bonds. So, this was the complete procedure that was followed to obtain the mature insulin molecule, and that was done by the company, that is Eli Lilly. Now, this was known as Humulin. Again I am repeating, this insulin which was produced for the first time was known as Humulin. This is the first method or the first application, that is production of insulin by genetic engineering. Now, let us come to the next topic, which is gene therapy. Just now only I told you that this is basically a therapy where the gene which is incorrect or the wrong gene is corrected, and that correction is basically made at the embryo level, and it is basically used to treat many hereditary diseases. Now, this involves the insertion of the genes into cells and tissues and to treat the disease. Now, let us see what is the principle of gene therapy. Now, normal genes are inserted into individual cell or embryo with the gene defect, and the normal gene will take over the function and compensate for the non-functional gene. Such type of therapy was first time given in year 1990 to a 4-year-old girl with ADA deficiency, that is adenosine deaminase deficiency, and she was treated by bone marrow transplantation and by enzyme replacement therapy. So, this is the way by which the defected gene or incorrect gene can be replaced and the correct type of gene can be incorporated into the individual to save the individual from the hereditary disorder. Now, let us learn that how the gene therapy or ADA gene therapy was done. Now, ADA deficiency is the hereditary disorder, and this is basically caused by deletion of gene for adenosine deaminase. The enzyme adenosine deaminase is very important for immune system functioning. In the gene therapy, the lymphocytes are taken from the blood of the patient and are isolated and grown in the culture medium, and the gene which is the normal gene for ADA is introduced into these lymphocytes, and then these lymphocytes are injected into the patient body. Now, since the lymphocytes are the blood cells, so they have a specific lifespan. So, this method of injecting the recombinant lymphocytes, it's to be repeated again and again. But the permanent method can be employed when the gene isolated from bone marrow cells are introduced into the cells in the embryonic stage. So, this will give the permanent cure. The treatment which is done by using the lymphocyte is the temporary treatment, because again and again the recombinant lymphocytes need to be injected because of their specific short lifespan. But when these corrections are made at the level of embryo, then it becomes the permanent cure. So, this is the figure that depicts you the gene therapy method, that how the gene therapy method is being done. So, the cells are basically taken out from the patient body, then in the lab the alterations are done, then the gene which is the normal gene is inserted. This inserted gene is further taken into the patient body which are producing the wrong type of cells. Now, since the genetic alterations are made, so the normal proteins or the normal hormones will be produced by the individual, and this is basically resulting in the correction of the wrong gene. So, these are the two important methods that we have learned today, that is production of insulin which was known as humulin, and correction of the wrong gene which was done in the gene therapy. That is all for the day. Thank you.